Hi everyone, this is Ghosty Fox logging on to bring you a brand new gaming video, and as you can see we are playing Minecraft again, like I said I would. You know, still in that little Minecraft kick, and still working on adding those. They're quite detailed. I had to redo the minis more than once to make them look like the actual character, so yeah. Was that the axolotls? I wish there was a blue one here. But no. Like, don't get me wrong, the pink is cute. I just wish there was a blue one. Okay. So, it'll probably just be another chill mining video or something to that effect. Look how dark it is over here. Hi there, cat. My cat just jumped up on the bed behind me. Oh, one of my cats. I have two. I saw a video the other day, and I wanted to put my 2 cents into it because it's something that I've noticed as well. It was a video person playing Minecraft or having gameplay in the background of Minecraft. So, it is blue. Hold on. So person playing Minecraft in the background, you know, standard, you know, it's easy to film. I think the guy was playing on Java, but that's not really important to the topic. But he was talking about how he had to go to an Apple store to fix his phone. And so he had to go to the mall, because that's where, you know, he has an Apple store, is in the mall. And, he said that you know, it took forever for them to finally, you know, see him. But once they did, the guy was super apologetic, you know, was apologizing every like 5 seconds kind of thing. You know, so super apologetic, so on and so forth. Sorry, I get distracted whenever a mob comes up. And the guy said that the guy joked that it would take a day for him to get the phone back. And so he's like, okay, now it's just a day without my phone. And apparently this store person looked at him like he, had three heads kind of thing. Like he couldn't, fathom, that somebody would be okay with being without their phone for a day. And so then the store clerk was like, just kidding, it's only gonna take, a couple of hours. And so the guy, was like, okay. And he where are stairs? I want to make a little pen for him, so I'm gonna actually put it in the chest. You know, so then the guy was like, okay, I'll have to find something to do for the next couple of hours while they work on my phone. And he said that he felt like he was bored for the first time in a long time. And he didn't notice how addicted to our phones we are. Because when he, you know, was walking around the mall and stuff, everybody was on their phone. You know, not a single person was not on their phone. And it didn't matter where he went in the mall, that's all he saw, was people just on their phones. Um, I am going for that bucket, for that blue axolotl. I will have it. Um, and at one point, you know, he asked somebody, oh, what time is it? And he said that you would have sworn that, you know, he just said something outrageous, basically. That's not the word that he used, but that's how I remember it, is it was something, you know, like such a ridiculous request, like how dare you ask me what time it is, when you know, and he said that's the look that the person gave him, is like, why don't you just look at your phone for the time? Oh, hey, look. It is, like, required to put Um, that many torches around a mob spawner. Creeper! Um, lighten up the cave. Um, Interesting. Very, very interesting. Um, but yeah, people basically, are so addicted to the phones that it surprises them when somebody else isn't. And I wanted to add my 2 cents, to say that there is a mall, where I live that used to have everything that you could imagine. You know, it had every kind of thing that you could ever want. You know, all the different stores and everything. Not a baby one, you freaking... Wow, that was quick. But anyway, it used to have everything. You know, it has an AMC theater in it, I'm pretty sure. You know, it used to have Annie Ann's Pretzels and Cinnabon and, you know, the different candy stores and FYE and this, that, and the next thing. You know, anything that you could possibly want. But now, there's like nothing there. Because people don't go anymore. You know, there's no more hanging out and walking around the mall. No more just spending time without, you know, screens and things like that. And it makes me sad. Because I used to like going there. Okay. Lava. But now it's just dead. All that's left in there is the theater, maybe a couple of stores, you know, a few smoke shops. But nothing to do anymore. And it's sad to me. Okay. Come on, where's sticks? Um, but yeah, it's kind of funny to me because, you know, anytime that I have ever been like, oh, you know, I just don't, I have my phone, everybody's super surprised. Where? Where is my phone? Oh. Also, thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. Again, I know a lot of them come from my short form content, you know, my art videos, but it's still 50 subscribers nonetheless, and maybe a few of them watch the full-length videos. I don't want to go. I don't know where I want to go. I guess I'll leave it here for this episode. But let me know down in the comments below on if you think you could go, you know, a day or two without your phone or devices. I think I could do it without my phone, but I don't think I could do it without, like, all my devices. Although, I could get a lot of art done that way. Because I actually saw another video by somebody else that, I think it's a quote. I don't fully remember, but it said, boredom is the path to creativity. That's what he said. And he talked about Albert Einstein, about how he would close himself off, you know, isolate himself, you know, be by himself for days, even weeks on end, you know, sheltered in his place, not leaving, and just daydream. And that's how he was able to be so creative. Is because he was bored. And that boredom leads to creativity. Because you'd be surprised by how much your brain comes up with when you're bored. You know, ideas of what to do and things like that. You'd be surprised. And that's what the entire video was about, is that you're not, well, kind of. It was more about, you know, you're not less creative than you were when you were a kid. you're just not bored like you were when you were a kid. Because now we have phones and, just in general an excess of stimuli. And so we're overwhelmed. It's too much. Overstimulated. Compared to when we were younger, years ago. Put the dirt there. Put the dirt there. I have a full stack of rock hopper, so I'm not gonna get any more of that. And the guy basically said that when he is actually, bored and, can take the time for himself is when he's in the shower. That is when his creativity is at its peak. When he gets all of his creative thoughts. I never really struggled with creativity. It's more the motivation. Because I have depression. So that kind of, puts a stop to a lot of things. Motivation and interest and things like that. But I daydream all the time. I zone out all the time. And I'm just constantly daydreaming different things. Maladaptive daydreaming, if you will. But yeah, I'd love to know your opinion on the topic. If you think that we're too addicted to our phones and devices and, social media in general. Because the other thing that the first guy mentioned is that the Apple person, asked him more than once, are you sure there's no last minute texts or messages that you need to send before we work on it for 2 hours? And I guess it kind of shocks me in a way, because I mean, it's just me, but, maybe it's the friendships that I have, the relationships that I have or something, I don't know. But I can go entire days without getting a message from anyone or needing to send a message to someone. I usually send a message anyway, or call them, depending on who it is, just to tell them about something, rant to them about a video that I saw, or an art supply, or a game, or something. Usually it's my mom that I end up ranting to, my mom or my brother. just because their schedules are the most open. So, but I don't see a situation or a time where I've ever been all that concerned about, you know, sending a message to somebody before, you know, not having my phone or putting my phone down or something like that. I try to, you know, multiple times a day, I try to, you know, take moments and put my phone down and that kind of thing. And just be in the moment, I guess. Like, kind of unintentionally. But usually, I will want to draw, or I'll want to take, like, a nap or something. So I guess I've just kind of gotten used to it? I don't know. Of putting my phone down and, like, being in the moment. I don't know. Also, I'm making this video a little bit longer because I want to see if it does better than the other ones. I know a lot of people like to put on, like, Minecraft videos before they, sleep and stuff. I know I do. Sometimes. Come on. Nothing. All that for nothing. Thought I was gonna be cool and make that jump. But no. A little bit lame. I feel like I've been down there. Ooh. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to see more. I would love if you came back. It would make my day, perhaps my week, my year. Huh. Is it all underwater? The answer is no. But there's nothing of interest to me over there. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Melon seeds. Been wanting melons. Can I put the horse armor in there? Iron hidden by coal. I don't know how she saw me, but... Okay. I'm not going over there. Chicken. So, fun fact, did you guys know that there is, I shouldn't say was, there's a tick that if it bites you, you can become allergic to red meat. Now, I did know that it existed already, where did they go? That's not where they were? Why y'all turned around? Probably. Ah. You're not the blue one. Me wanted the blue one. Sad. Hello, squid. I'm still mad that we got the glow squid instead of the moo bloom. That would be clay frame. Oh well, sad day. Nom nom nom. fresh air. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far, liking and subscribing would be very helpful. I hope you all have a great day, night, week, weekend, whatever it may be for you, afternoon, because I wish only the best for my viewers, you, my friends. I guess I'll see you in the next video. This is Ghosty Fox logging off. Bye!